The Holiday Inn Express Hotel in a high-rise nestled in the city of Denver, Colorado, is a cheaper option for city hotels. It is connected to the Brown Palace Hotel by a causeway, which gives it easy access to excellent bars and restaurants. So come along with us as we tell you about our stay at the Holiday Inn Express in downtown Denver. All across this land are beautiful sights to behold, history to uncover, and places to explore. Colorado Martini has been lucky enough to travel across the countryside to see some of these wondrous sights. This is Colorado Martini on the road. All right, so this is our room. They're kind of small, but that's okay. There's so much to do downstairs that I don't mind that it's small. So you have a nice view of the high rises. Nothing to write home about. You can't really see the mountains, but it's right across the street from the Brown Palace and is actually part of it. Oh, there's the Paramount is right there, which is a local theater that's here that has a lot of musical acts at it. So if you were to go see a musical act at the Paramount, this would be a really good place to stay. That's the 16th Street Mall right there, which we'll go down and take a look at. Yeah, they really have you cramped in here.
Yes, yeah, barely fit on the bed.
So yeah, he barely fits on the bed. I mean, I'm literally against the window, and it's
Or something you'd find in San Francisco.
yeah, it's a little too small.
Pretty dumb, but you can tell it's older.
No, and it's weird how the bathroom handles up here. So this actually used to be officially part of the Brown Palace, but people got confused. They would make reservations for the Brown Palace, and they'd end up in this tower, and they'd get disappointed because they wanted to be across the street at the Brown Palace. So they ended up making this a Holiday Inn Express, but it's still part of the Brown Palace. So when you order room service or housekeeping, it's the Brown Palace staff that comes over. So there's a tunnel under the road that the staff goes back and forth between the two hotels. So it's definitely an economical way of going, but you can still go across the street and do the restaurants and the bars across the street. So that's kind of cool. So I'm laying down on the bed. This is the view. So it's kind of neat to be looking out at the city, but a lot of it's blocked, but it's still kind of cool. So the hallways are really weird. They kind of truncate all of a sudden. I don't know. I'm not overly enthusiastic about this place.
It bores me.
It bores me. So let's go over where it's exciting, over to the Brown Palace. Like creeping on me.
I'm always creeping.
So it's a little disappointing they don't have a pool. I thought they did. So I didn't bring my workout clothes with me, but I brought my bathing suit, so joke's on me. So one thing they do seem to have is a lot of common space, which is really nice. They have computers and, this is pretty much the lobby area too. One good thing about the hotel is that it's very close to the 16th Street Mall, which is where a lot of the bars and things to see. So let's go take a look at the 16th Street Mall. So we're walking from 17th Street, where our hotel is, to 16th Street. Now part of 16th Street is blocked off from cars going back and forth, and there's a shuttle that you can take up and down 16th Street that is free. And so that will take you from one end, from Union Station, all the way up towards the Capitol. So it's a nice little convenience. So there's one of those trams I was talking about that's free, a mall ride. And it goes all the way up to the Capitol. That's the state capitol right there. So there's where we're staying, the Holiday Inn Express, and then here's the Brown Palace, and then you can see the causeway. Foiling chairs, I could just swivel around like this.
You can swivel.
Slide your ass a little more. It doesn't swivel very well. So I'm having the cosmonaut.
You're having a cosmonaut.
Ooh, that's good.
A drink.
A drink. What's in it?
Alcohol.
Oh.
Tequila.
Well, thank God there's alcohol in it.
Tequila Mai Tai.
So I'm having the cosmonaut.
It's not.
Because it's not a Cosmo.
There you go.
All right.
Don't get lost.
Oh. It's actually a really nice workout fitness area. A nice view out to the abandoned building, which is actually a historical building. I think that's the building. It used to be Greyhound, and it's a parking structure now. And there's Brown Palace. Actually, it's a really nice weight room. Oh, they have a lot of equipment. So you can work out, and it faces the Brown Palace. Very nice. Okay, to show you how small the room is, we could barely get the cart in because remember there's no bellhops here. We brought this cart up and we could barely get it in and shut the door at the same time.
How could I load it? I can't get next to it.
Yeah, how are we supposed to load it? You can't even hardly get next to the dang thing and then pull it out to get it. Just is ridiculous. This room is way too small. I feel like I'm in a pod in Japan.
There you go.
Yeah, the elevator's been broken the whole time we've been here, so there's only one. And just those service ones have been open. When you come here, expect to pay a very high price for parking. It is the city. But it just kind of cracks me up that the cost of the room is about 50% more than it is to park. So they're charging you anywhere from $40 to $50 to park your car. Well, you can get a room here for $100. So just be sure that you realize that you're paying more, like with taxes and everything, more like $170 to stay here. So don't get fooled by a $100 room. Also too, if you're bringing your pets with you, they have a hefty fee of $75 a night. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. This isn't the Brown Palace across the street. These are these small little rooms and they want $75 for your dog. I think that's highway robbery, and I think it's ridiculous and a racket. It always upsets me when I see a place charge that much. And if you do need to bring your dog, always look at the fine print of any hotel. You'd be surprised how many of them have weight limits. So, a couple final notes about the Holiday Inn Express here. If you do not want any creature comforts, this is the place to stay. If you want, some nice luxury, some nice facilities, go across the street to the Brown Palace. They didn't even put bottled water in our room, which I thought was really weird. This is Denver. This is the Mile High City. And tourists that come to this town are not used to altitude. And altitude sickness is very common. So not to have water in the room for your guests I personally think is an injustice. You really should have bottled water and a note in your room talking about altitude sickness. Also, it seemed like a lot of things were out of order. One of the elevators was out of order the whole time we were here, and there were a lot of people here. So one elevator was taking all these people up. It took forever to go up and down. They kept saying there were elevators on the other side, but those looked like service elevators and nobody wanted to take it. The food was just your basic Holiday Inn food. It seems like they put more attention into the workout room than they have anything else. Will I stay here again? Probably not. I'll probably stay across the street at the Brown Palace or another hotel in Denver. I'm sorry, but this hotel just wasn't for me. It just was a little bit too much scaled down. The rooms were really small. I will have to say, I was disappointed. It is very clean though. It is very centrally located. And the staff was very, very nice. But staying here again, probably not.